Hi, I'm Chef Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys how to work with some delicious eggplant. It is in season right now. You want to start with a fresh eggplant, and it's okay if it's a little soft or it looks a little worn because we're going to be baking it. But you want to actually peel the eggplant and you want to slice these into 1/4-inch slices. Now obviously I don't have a ruler out here, but the point of it being so thin is the fact that we're going to be rolling it up with a filling. So you want to go ahead and slice them. And I've already got some ready for when we fill them, so right now I'm just going to do a few. Put them on a sheet tray, and you want to cover them in some salt. I like to do both sides. I like to cover one side with salt, let it sit for 15 minutes, and then we flip them over, a little salt again, and then we let them sit for another 15 minutes. And then we've gotten our grill pan ready, or we're getting our grill pan ready, I should say. So we're just going to set these over to the side. So while that is sitting with the salt, we're going to go ahead and toast pine nuts. Pine nuts are absolutely delicious, very much an Italian part of the cuisine here. But you do always want a dry skillet when you toast nuts. So I've got probably about 3 tablespoons here. I've got a hot pan. We're going to put those in. You just want to kind of move your pan around. They will go a lot quicker if you happen to be using a gas stove, but that's okay. The last thing you want to do, though, or you don't want to do it at all, really, is to walk away from these because they will burn very easily and very quickly, and they're far too expensive to let that happen. So I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on them. While that's going on, I can see they're already starting to turn a tad brown. We're going to come back to our filling. We're going to crack an egg in our bowl. Going to whisk that up. All right, and we're going to go ahead and add some ricotta cheese. All right, you can see the pine nuts are starting to brown pretty quickly here. Don't want to get away from those. Don't want them to get away from you. We've got about a 1/2 cup or so of mozzarella cheese. And we've got about a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Feel free to use the shredded that you can purchase in the store. That's totally fine as well. I'm going to whisk that up, and the whole time I'm keeping an eye on those pine nuts. All right, those are pretty much done. I'm turning my heat off. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. A good rule of thumb when you're adding salt and pepper is twice as much salt as pepper. So we've added that. And you can see these are quite brown, and that's fine. I'm not going to use them all in the filling, but I am going to use some. So I'm going to sprinkle some in there. The reason I'm not using them all is because we're going to come back and use them as a garnish. All right, now I'm going to get some fresh basil. I love using fresh basil. The flowers are edible too, if we want to put some of those in there. Totally fine with that. I'm going to do a little chop with the basil. I think the recipe says chiffonade, and chiffonade is basically a French technique for where you do ribbons with the basil. That's not going to affect the flavor. You can certainly just do the chopping. All right, so I'm going to put some fresh basil in there. And I'm going to be warming up my grill pan to grill the eggplant. All right, now we're back, and our grill pan is warming up to grill these eggplant slices. Once you've coated them in salt, you want to go ahead and rinse them off and get them dry. I have them on a tea towel here. I do highly recommend a tea towel versus a terry cloth towel because of the crumbs, or whatever you call it, dust that can come off of a terry towel. So you want to use a tea towel. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spray the grill pan with a little bit of nonstick spray. I will go ahead and sprinkle them again with salt. All right, so now we're going to grill them. I'm going to turn them down with the spices that I put on there. Now they are very thinly sliced, as you saw me do, about a 1/4 inch. They won't take very long to grill. And you can certainly do this on your outside grill if you would like. It will certainly stop the house from heating up. And the idea that I sliced them so thin and then salted them, it keeps them nice and pliable for the rolling when we want to fill it with our filling. So the grilling will take just a couple of minutes. You do want to grill both sides. And we're not really looking to pick up the grill marks. We're more or less looking to cook the eggplant and make it a little bit more pliable for the rolling. Now when I laid these down, I laid them down with salt and pepper. So now I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper the other side. And after a couple of minutes, we're going to flip them. So we have finished grilling our eggplant. We've nice thin slices, as I was mentioning. You want to let them cool a little bit, so we're going to be moving them over here to our pan. All right, so now they're on our pan and they're cooling a little bit. We're going to go ahead and come over to our cutting board. And you want to take our filling. If you will remember, this is ricotta, mozzarella, and Parmesan, basil, and pine nuts. Put a spoonful in the middle of our eggplant. Doesn't really matter which end you start, but you definitely probably want to start at the fatter end. Roll it up. And we're going to let that sit for a minute. All right, so I've taken our eggplant slices that we did let cool a little bit, and I've rolled them around some of the filling, put about a spoonful at the fat end or the wide end of the eggplant, rolled them up, and now we're going to put some tomato sauce. Your favorite tomato sauce. It can be homemade, it can be jarred, whatever you wish. We're going to put some of that on the bottom of our baking dish. I have sprayed the baking dish with some nonstick spray. And now we're going to take our rolled eggplant and put it in our baking dish. All right, we'll stuff another one there in the corner. And then we're going to come back with some more sauce. And by this point, I've preheated my oven to 375. We're going to top this with some more cheese, and we're going to bake it for about 15-20 minutes. All right, we're going to spread some more of the grated Parmesan cheese and some more of the mozzarella cheese. All right, and then we're going to garnish it with the remaining pine nuts that we toasted earlier. And we're going to pop this in a 375-degree oven for about 15-20 minutes. So our eggplant rollatini's been in the oven for about 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and pull that out. Looks absolutely delicious, I must say. And we certainly want to let this cool. And there you have it, eggplant rollatini. I'm Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen. Join us next time on Heart of the Home.
Recipes from the Heart of the Home can be found on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafb.com/recipes, as well as on Chef Tammy Brawley's website at greenkitchenrichmond.com.